here from the HBU Media Library, and I've been asked to make a short video on how to find peer-reviewed scholarly journals. So I have gone ahead and opened our page here from the HBU database page. So it's not actually the home page. Let me go ahead and open the home page for you to show you that. Let's see here. hbu.edu/Moody will get you there. This is what the home page looks like, and that could change because we're adding a different discovery tool. So this right here will be changing as of this fall coming up. And I have gone ahead and clicked on articles, and that opened up the page that you saw at the beginning, this page right here. So if you want to go straight to this page, it's really easy just to go ahead and type in hbu.libguides.com/databases. That gets you to this page with all of the different databases divided by subject, and then also there's a list here of all the databases A to Z. Okay, so for this class, basically we're doing a quick search in an education database. So I'm going to go ahead and click on education. And when you click on that when you're off campus, you're going to be asked to log in with your HBU email and your password. So it's a good idea on your computer, if you save that so that your computer remembers it, to write it down somewhere so you can find it. Otherwise, you'll use it over and over again with the computer saving it and you won't remember it. At least I wouldn't. So I don't even save anything on my computer. I make myself type it in over and over again. Okay, so let's go ahead and go in here. Let me just run a quick search in a database and show you a couple of things. Let's go ahead and go down to, we clicked on education, and now we're going past ERIC here. Here's ERIC. That's one of the main databases that you're going to use for education. It's also called Education Resource Information Center, and this is the government, same kind of database, except it's from the government side. This is the one that we paid for, you guys are paid for, and actually links to full text articles. Let's go down. I also want to point out to you ProQuest for dissertations and thesis, and then also there's Professional Development Collection, which is also a very good database to use for education. Because this is an EBSCO database and ERIC is an EBSCO database, I can add those together, and I'll show you that really quickly here in a minute too. So let's go ahead and click on ERIC, and remember, like I said, from home you're going to get a little pop-up screen to ask you to log in, and this is the advanced search, and you always want to keep your ands on the outside and your ors on the inside. I don't want to explain all that right now, except use ors for synonyms. There's other videos to show you exactly basic ideas how to search. Let me go ahead and run a search here to keep this at minimum, not so long. So for my topic, I picked COVID, and I'm going to put the truncation symbol, which will also pull up COVID-19 or any other COVID, anything like that. COVID plural or singular, it's going to give all of it to us. So COVID, and then the truncation symbol, and then I want and. Let's just do effect, truncated effect, plural or singular, and then we're going to go ahead and put school here. Now here's your or education. Okay, so you don't have to capitalize it, but I did that so you would see it, and you can see other people have written school or education or classroom and other ways that they've done that. This is basically where you're going to use synonyms for education or school or teaching, okay? So you could put any of those words here with an or between them, and I could actually come back here and I could truncate that and get educate, education, any other endings. I'm going to leave it like it was. I could put a truncation symbol here after school, so I would get schools, plural or singular, and we want to narrow this down to peer-reviewed scholarly journals. These are articles that won't get published unless they are reviewed by peers in that field, in that discipline. They can check the different ways that the author has used to write a study and actually run the study to see if it's going to be valid or correct, have reliability, that kind of thing. So I'm going to go down here and scroll down. They won't publish anything that hasn't passed their review. So that's the kind of journals you want. So you want to scroll down here and you see where it says search options on the left. Go down some more, and now right here you're going to see peer reviewed. You want to check that, okay? If your professor has asked you to limit it by certain years, you can come over here and say start year and end year. Sometimes it'll give you a choice just to do the years and not the months. I'm not going to mess with the months. But for me, I know that COVID was happening around 2019 or so. So for me, I'm going to do 2019 to 2022. And I'm limiting to peer review journals, okay? So this is not books, these are articles. I'm going to go ahead and run this search. This is pretty simple. I'm asking the database to find the word COVID in any of these fields. The title field, the title of the article, the author's name, institution, subject field, descriptors, and the abstract, and on down. The only place that is not searching is not looking in the full text of the article. So think about this as if you're looking at a book and you're looking at the title, the author, the subject, turning it over and reading the little blurb on the back about the book. But if you want to look at the full text, you would click this. But I don't do that unless I just have to. Okay, so going back, let me go ahead and run the search. Click out of that, run the search. I have 1,235. And if you look over on the left side, you see my little search blurb here. You see that it's still peer reviewed, and you see that the years are set. Okay, peer reviewed is still checked off. You can also come over here and narrow down by subject by clicking this. If you do that, make sure that you go ahead and click on this blue show more so that you can pick any of these subjects that you want. And you see this little slides down all the way pretty far. So you might want to do that if you want to. It doesn't matter how many of those you check. You can check as many as you want. And then also you can limit by publication or even geography. If you do limit by geography, remember, like I said, always click show more. And then they may have it limited by state, city, county, any different way for geography that you can think of. So you do see USA, don't forget to look for United States, and such. And there's not very many here. So I'm going to go ahead and take, let's see, is there anything? It's not saying anything United States, which is really funny because I got some before. Okay, let me cancel that. Now I'm going to show you a way really quickly that you can get more. I'm going to say effect or effect. So I'll have the verb and the noun. And I said also or, let's see. Do I want causes? No. What's the word I was using? I said aftermath, but that's really not a very good word, so I'm just going to say after. But you can think of any other words that you can think of that you want and put ors between them. So everything that has to do with that area that you're looking for, you want to keep in the same box. So we'll go ahead and search that. Now we have about 400 more. Okay, and you can see that there's more articles. Now, if you're not wanting articles on college or university, you can add a row, and then you can change this to not over here. I suggest that you never ever have an or. Not, the last one's a good one you can do. Don't put an or out here because that basically makes a page break in the middle of your search, and you want it to narrow the search as you're adding more words. If you put an or in there, it's not going to do that. So I'm going to ask for it not to have anything with the word college, and I'm truncating that for colleges, plural, singular, or collegiate, anything like that, or university. And I'm going to say, please, anytime you see any of these two words anywhere in the title, article, abstract, descriptors, any of these fields, please don't give it to me. Now, if these words are found in the text of the article, it will still give it to me because I'm not asking it to narrow out of the text. I'm only asking it to narrow out of the record for these articles. So now I'm narrowing it down to see what I can get with that. I added a bunch of words. So now I'm down to 745 when I put this not here, okay? But also added in the ones for the other ones that had effect or after or education, okay? If I had not put those, it would be much smaller. Okay, So you see here, this is full text from Eric. You can click here and get to the full text. Close that. Let's see if I can get to one. This full text means that it's out there on the web somewhere on a web page or in a different database. We're in Eric right now. This one here says fill out interlibrary loan form. That means we don't have it. So you would just click on that and then just fill out the information and submit it. It does populate the information about the article for you, so you don't have to do that. Let's see how I get out of that part. Okay, so let's see. Let's open one from Eric. And you open the full text from Eric. And now you see here's a download button, which you can use that. If you, when you download it, make sure you save it somewhere on your computer. You can't, I don't think you can email these from here like you can in most EBSCO databases. You would just download this article. Okay, let me close that. Go back to the results. And that's basically how to limit to peer-reviewed scholarly journals. Make sure when you make any changes here or here that you always check to make sure your peer review is there and your dates are there. Okay? One more thing, since I've already gone over 11 minutes. You can go over here to choose databases and add professional development collection, which I suggested a minute ago. Since they're both EBSCO products, we have other databases that are not. Say OK. And then you can run your search again. And you see we got 1,500. Did it keep our peer reviewed? No. So you got to add that back. And then you can also change your years. I don't need to worry about that because it's 2020, 2022. We already added peer reviewed. And you can come over here and limit it again by database if you want to, or with geography. Let's open that up and see what happens. Open the show more. And I'm still not seeing, oh, there's United States. It's only 13, but I'm not going to mess with that. If it's a short number, then I would suggest not doing that. Just look through the articles. Well, I don't believe that only 13 of these are in the United States because there's 851. So you can look through these. You can interlibrary loan one if you want to. You can take your mouse over this little piece of paper and read the abstract if you want to see if it's something you want. And then you can also put it in the folder. Actually, that one you can't because it's interlibrary loan. But the ones that are full text, that have PDF, you could. I think it's better if you just go ahead and go to the Eric view and download it, because if you email it from here, you're going to get only probably the abstract and a link back to Eric anyway. I was trying to see if there was a PDF. Okay, there we go. So here's one that's from Professional Development Collection instead of Eric, and it is giving us the PDF. In this case, you can put them in your folder. Let me see if I can find a couple more real quick. So most of these are going to be from, here's another one. Whoops, that's not it. Here's another one. So I'll go ahead and take that. But like I said, if you do email these to yourself, I think it's just going to give you a link back to Eric, so it's better just to download these as you go. I have two so far that have the PDF linked underneath the blur of the record. So now I'm going to go back up to the top and go to this yellow folder, and then I can email these to myself. Let's see, let me move this over a little bit. And we'll email these to ourselves, and I'll put my email in here. And I want it to bring me the APA citation. So this would be one reason why you might want to go ahead and mark the Eric ones and email them to yourself, because you can ask it to try to do the APA citation. Just be careful for Eric, because Eric is a different database than other databases in the fact that some of the documents might need to be cited a different way. Read your APA book on that. Okay, so I sent those to myself, and it should give me the APA citation. I'm going to close this now.